I go out and I am conscious of my actions and what I'm doing, and I don't want to influence the other people who see me as a leader in a negative way, so I'm conscious of my decisions.
I think alcohol affects leadership because it's going to impact both you and your organization. If people see you out and you're completely intoxicated, it doesn't really show that you're standing for what you say you stand for, so you kind of need to make sure that you're representing yourself well at all times, no matter what the situation is. Just be aware of who you are and what you're around.
Being a leader is about taking responsibility, and if you can't be responsible with alcohol, then you're not being a responsible leader.
Yes, well, coming from my cultural background, you start drinking when you're in a young age, so it's okay to drink socially, so I have that perspective. But then when someone starts abusing alcohol, I think that's definitely when it becomes more apparent than as if you're just socially and having a good time.
A key aspect of leadership is integrity. That means walking what you talk, and there's no way you can do that if you can't walk in a straight line.
It's hard when it comes to leadership and alcohol, because how do you tell a group of people that it's wrong to drink or that they should or shouldn't do it? So I think one of the best tactics is being a leader, and dealing with those types of things is more so leading by example and showing them that there are other options than just drinking to have fun. What's most valuable is who you are as a person, and you don't need alcohol to help show that. Rather, you should be able to show who you are as a person genuinely without alcohol. So I think leading by example and you showing what your beliefs in that would be one of the best tactics for a leader. In my experience, that's what has helped me.
Being a leader isn't really, just confined to being in front of an organization, being amidst members, being in the actual setting that maybe perceived to be the organizational setting. It's really at all times, and you have to keep that in mind when you make decisions on drinking.
I think that as a leader, you're supposed to command respect in all situations and have some restraint in that sense. While I don't think that you can't go out and you can't be social with those you lead and have that camaraderie, I think at the same time that there has to be some sort of separation, and that surely if you go out and make a fool of yourself, that you do lose some respect, because you do lose like a few notches off that pedestal that people look up to you, hold you on.
As a role model or a mentor to somebody else, you always have to be prepared with the idea that you're constantly being looked up to as that person for somebody else. So with an issue such as alcohol, you always have to be prepared of what other people's perceptions are. So in that situation, you always want to uphold how you perceive it when you're talking, and also just kind of walk the way you talk, I guess.
Well, I think as a leader, you have a certain reputation to uphold. So I know I've seen certain people that I see as leaders out in alcoholic situations, and especially if it's fine if you see them there, but if they're a little belligerent or out of control, and you kind of, it makes me think less of them, and you just can't get that picture out of your head. So I would recommend to not make those certain decisions if you're in a leadership type role.
I'm part of Club Rugby, Madison Rugby at JMU, and on Saturday we normally have a game, and even if it's not Saturday, if it's like Friday or something, and you want to go out, your friends invite you out drinking on Thursday night, you can't really drink Thursday night and then practice on Friday, because you're going to be extremely dehydrated and not perform to the best of your ability. And same with Friday night and having a game Saturday. Games are 80 minutes, and there's like a 5-minute break. So no matter how much water you drink, you might not get over that dehydration from the night before. So that would definitely affect your ability and would affect your athletics.
Although we neither discourage or encourage the consumption of alcohol in our value for Safe Rides, it's just not we ask our members to not be seen any sort of alcohol, being at a bar in their Safe Ride shirt, being at a party in their Safe Ride shirt, consuming alcohol in their Safe Ride shirt, purchasing alcohol, just because we don't want that association of Safe Ride's name with alcohol. one of our key values and parts of our mission is to like educate people on the dangers of drunk driving and drinking, and just making sure that people make smart choices. So to kind of be able to instill those values and help other people understand them, we don't want our name associated with like the consumption of alcohol.
Well, I'm an assistant instructor at Brian Mays Karate, and I know that having gone through leadership, that we have to watch our use of alcohol and the things that we do out in public, because if a kid sees you drinking or they see you intoxicated, it's going to make them feel really uncomfortable because they're used to how you usually interact with them, and when they see you in a different setting interacting with them differently, they're not going to look at you the same way, and they're not going to feel comfortable coming to you with their problems and things like that.
Be a role model.
Be a role model.